Alright, last night we had the episode of The Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, it's the first one of the season. I'll give my quick thoughts on that. First of all, we have the teams. I think the bantamweight advantage goes to Bisping's team. I think the featherweight advantage goes to Team Miller, although Bisping seems very, very convinced that he has the better team, and Mayhem seems less so, but he seems to like his team, so we'll see what happens. So they may have different opinions than I do. In fact, they definitely do. Team Bisping consists of bantamweights Luis Gatineau, TJ Dillashaw, John Albert, Josh Ferguson. Dillashaw, of course, my pick to win the division. Featherweight, he has Diego Brando, Akira Kurosawa, Marcus Brimage, and Stephen Boss. And on Team Miller, you have at bantamweight John Dobson, Johnny Bedford, Dustin Pegg, and Roland Delorme. Featherweight, you have Dennis Bermudez, Brian Caraway, Dustin Neeson, Steven Seiler. Caraway would be my pick to win, although I may have to reevaluate that, and I'll get back to that in a moment. So we get the first prank of the season, Philip Bisping's room with tires, and um, have it lock them out. Basically, that was kind of neat. Bisping, once again, Ultimate Fighter, a door gets destroyed. This time not by Rampage. Stunning. So Bisping destroys the door, gets in there. We end up with a fight, Brian Caraway versus Marcus Brimage. Immediately, despite Bisping's thoughts to the contrary, was going with Brian Caraway, better grappler, better wrestler. Brimage is a fine athlete, but he's very raw, very unseasoned. He does have one over Kyle Bradley, I think, which is one of the bigger ones in the house. But despite being a great striker with powerful strikes, Caraway is, reasonably durable and a pretty good wrestler, trains with Team Alpha Male, and I think we should know what that means. If you've seen Uriah Faber, if you've seen Joe Benavidez, if you've seen anyone from that camp. So first round, Caraway comes out, gets a takedown, gets back position, controls it. Dana White's like, you would have to give the round to Brimage on damage. It's like, for one thing, every time the judges' criteria is explained, damage is not in it. Additionally, I don't care how much damage you do if the guy has back mount on you the whole time. I think he pretty much has to win. It has to be said. I mean, while Caraway didn't maximize it really at all, he did work a good body triangle, which did sap the energy out of Brimage. He was working for the rear naked choke. Brimage showed, a good ability to defend the rear naked choke. But in the end, if the guy's on your back pretty much the whole time, and it's not like, I think it was the Diego Sanchez John Alessio fight where Alessio actually got on Sanchez's back and Sanchez was still trying to like armbar him with him on his back and stuff. I mean, you can do that, but I mean, strikes like this is, I mean, even with the power of Brimage, just aren't that effective. He did swell up the eye of Caraway. That seems to happen in every one of Caraway's fights, and really is something you might want to get looked at. But I had to give the round to Caraway. Second round, Brimage looked a lot better. He looked very aggressive, but he didn't really listen to his corner. Like when they told him to let Caraway up, he didn't really do it. He, turned it into a brawl, which I don't think was necessarily a bad idea. But Caraway, again, taking him down, get the back, get the rear naked choke. A good win for Caraway. Admittedly, his cardio didn't seem all that good, although I think everyone was making too big of a deal about him gassing. Because I don't think it was really him gassing. I think it was he took a couple of really good knees and was kind of dazed more than anything else. And that was the key to this fight going as long as it did and Brimage not getting finished earlier. So I'm not really sure if it's cardio, but it might be cardio. Nonetheless, Caraway didn't sell it as the favorite so much. He showed somewhat of an inability to finish. A kind of basic looking rear naked choke. But it is what it is, I guess. So until I see some other people, I'm not going to take away him as the favorite status. But Dennis Bermudez, for example, with a good showing, could definitely have something to say about it. So that is my thoughts on the fight. Next week, it looks like we get a showdown in the house between Akira Kurosawa and I think it's Dustin Neese. It's the featherweight on Team Mayhem that has the kind of mohawk thing going. That's who it is. I believe that's Dustin Neese. So they seem to get into it. It looks like Marcus Brimage probably isn't going to handle his loss all that well because it looks like he's kind of freaking out in training and really getting in people's faces, which is not a good thing to see. So, and we'll get a bantamweight fight. So that's pretty much all that happened. I'd like this to be longer, but I mean, a lot of it was kind of like just frat house party. Let's have a massive barbecue, and that was it. So that's all for now. I'm gonna be back on another video because I don't think I can, fit it into this video. The Cruz versus Johnson prediction thoughts. So that's all for now.